What is up, YouTube? This is Josiah with the Works Guitars, here to give you another session with the Steve Vai 10-hour practice routine. This first section here we are devoting entirely to linear guitar picking exercises. We're also going to do a little bit with angular exercises. The idea is it's all with picking, a lot with the left hand, but mostly with the right hand. So throughout all of this, you need to make sure you develop a very strong alternate picking, because alternate picking is a very, very important skill to build, as well as build a lot with your directional picking. Steve Vai really recommends that when you practice things, practice them that are really technically awkward, like picking 3 or 4 notes on a string and then crossing over to the next string to do it again. And start out a little bit slowly, and then you can really move your way up and move your way up and down the neck of the guitar, so don't just stay limited to one area of playing. If you stay down there, you're never going to get the feel for up here. So the first example of these is we're just doing a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do something where we change the fingering. So it's first 1, 2, 3, 4, and later we're going to do a 2, 3, 4, 1, and then a 3, 4, 1, 2, and then a 4, 1, 2, 3. Let's start with the 1, 2, 3, 4 and see what this is like. So that exercise works very well for just moving up the fretboard and really working the picking side. Let's work a little bit that's going to improve your finger independence. This different exercise, you are going to use the same idea of just simple alternate picking, but instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 4 every time, the first one you're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to change it up a little bit and do 2, 3, 4, 1, and then 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 4, 1, 2, 3. And then the whole process starts over again. You can simply keep working your way up the fretboard using that same idea. This really has to have your hands stretched out down here, and it will get much closer when you get it higher. So the next one that we're going to do with this involves going up one string at a time. We're going to do the same thing we did in the last exercise, the 1, 2, 3, 4. But this time, when we move up, each time we're going to move up the fret instead of a string. And then you can change strings. And all the way until you reach the bottom. we're going to do a little bit using 3 fingers to help build even more independence. So do the same process that we took before. Do the same process, but this time with 3 fingers. You don't have to use your second, or you don't use your third. So you can do that same process going up with 3 fingers. And then we can do another version of it where again we alternate the starting. So we have this. And you continue to move it up the fretboard even until you reach all the way up here. And again, we can work our way up from 1 string at a time, doing the same thing. Really work your way up until you feel very comfortable doing these, and make sure you do things such as use a light touch, use the right type of picking that's going to fit, so not just alternate picking. Try using directional picking, which is down, up, down, down, up, down. Try using multiple different types of picking. Try using directional picking instead of alternate picking. The last one of these linear exercises is you're going to use a little bit more of an idea called finger rolling. Now, rolling your fingers over multiple different strings is a very beneficial way to keep any of the notes from bleeding or ringing over into each other. And really, to do this, just simply straighten out or collapse the knuckle that you're going to use to play. It's used a lot in scales when you move from one area to another. But in this case, we're just using it with 2 fingers here. Just using those 2 fingers, you see how I stop the sound from bleeding over. You can do the same thing going up 2 strings, only this time you don't have to do the finger roll.